That's
Imagine to be going to work by 12. You're still answering back to anybody. Shot! Nice. Top back. I don't have red. Wow. Well, let me use captain, maybe captain. Oh, yeah. No. Behind the rock. Oh, shots over. Nice shot. Yes, 9 shots. That's the way to go. That will do. That will do. Yes, nice one. That's the way to go. The pot. Whoa, but not enough. Nice one. Nice one. Woo. Wow. Nice one. Six.
welcome on the show, Weekend Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Aji Shafe. Always interesting watching Nigerian sportsmen and women doing their business there. Well, you look at those women for what they're doing in the world of golf, and you want to actually become a golfer. Well, good one right now. We're looking at activities during the week. What really happened during the week with the week review. But before we actually go to the main event of the day, you have the chance to actually phone in or you WhatsApp us concerning what's the trending that we'll be looking at. A big one coming up for that particular story that we'll be looking at. Maybe a lot of people can actually guess. But right now, before we talk about the topic where you can phone in, remember this style we use for the phone in. Stay away from your TV set and also tell us your name and your location. Or you can send a WhatsApp message. But before then, what happened during the week? We have 4-in-1 for during the week. And right now, we review it quickly. Let's start with Afrobasket. The game they play over there in the Afrobasket qualifier where they were able to win their game, talking about our team, the Tigers. We celebrate them for what they did, being able to qualify that encounter. They play against Cape Verde, Uganda, and also Libya, and they were able to triumph in all the 3 games that they played. Congrats to the Tigers for being able to pick the ticket to qualify for Afrobasket 2025, and right now we're happy that they will be at the competition in Angola. That will be in August 2025. Afrobasket, the Tigers did the business alongside their coach, and right now they are celebrating against all odds. After losing the 4th set of qualifiers, they bounce back and qualify, winning the 3 sets of set of games that they play against Uganda, Cape Verde, and Libya there. That's part of what happened towards Sunday and Monday for the week. Then from there, we look at another one. ITTF Africa, also that is the AFCON of table tennis, took place in Tunisia. Our star player, Aruna Quadri, was able to win, at least get to the final before he lost against Omar Assar of Egypt. But the good thing is that himself and Fatima Bello, they were able to qualify for Macau 2025. Looking at the fact that right now we have 2 Nigerians that will represent us at the competition, Fatima Bello and also Aruna Quadri, for the fact that they were able to make the quarterfinals before he qualifies for the semis and then get to the final where he lost to Omar Assar. Fatima Bello and Aruna Quadri right now, they've been able to pick the ticket to qualify for the World Cup that will be coming up in Macau, China. Congrats to them for being able to put Nigeria on the world map, also getting the ticket to go for the World Cup in table tennis. So the way we play AFCON, they also do the same thing in table tennis. So right now, Nigeria came second in men's AFCON. That's how we're actually about to say it. Well, Egyptian Anagoda won the women's version of it, and now Fatima Bello qualified for the World Cup that will be coming up later in the year. Well, from there, we also look at during the week, Rugby Federation, that's NRFF, actually deemed it fit to unveil the new kit for all the national team of Nigeria when it comes to both men and women in rugby. And you look at how colorful, beautiful jerseys right now that the teams will be donning anytime they go for competition. That's a beautiful one. You look at all the jerseys, and you just want to give kudos to what they did with Umbro, the official designer of Nigeria Rugby Federation, Football Federation right now. NRFF being able to set all these particular kits in place for our national team. If you look at it, about four set of kits, and the fantastic, colorful kits that we have, and we celebrate them, both the men and the women. So this is what the rugby players will be wearing anytime they go for competition. One representing the home, and then one for away games. Look at it, very colorful, looking so beautiful, and also imagine how it's going to be by the time Super Eagles be done in new sets of jersey. These are beautiful colors, and you have to celebrate what they did. Umbro for Rugby Federation having that particular beautiful kit at least unveiled for Nigerian rugby. Right now, the last one has to do with Nigeria under 20 team Flying Eagles. They played 2 friendly games with Cote d'Ivoire, the host nation for AFCON under 2025 that will be coming up in Cote d'Ivoire by April. But right now, we play first leg, we won 2-0. And the second leg happened yesterday on Friday. We lost also to Cote d'Ivoire 2-0. So it's a time also to take their own pound of flesh. And the coach of that team spoke after the game where they lost 2-0 to Cote d'Ivoire. They won the first leg 2-0. They lost the second leg 2-0 also. So it's tit for tat in that encounter. So let's have the coach interview, the post-match interview after that loss to Cote d'Ivoire.
We have prepared. We really want to assess most of the players, number one. Number two, our tactical approach to matches that we are trying to put in place, that we are likely to go and adapt during AFCON. The first match, we used the plan A, and it worked. And we decided that, okay, should in case the opponent come with a superior tactics, maybe when they neutralize our own tactics, let's go for plan B. And exactly that is what we test run this evening, and eventually we lost the match. Though some changes, 1 or 2 players were given opportunity to play, but not the same. What we wanted to see, we've seen it.
All right. So far ahead of the AFCON, what do we expect to see? From the squad.
Like I've said, this is just the second phase of our preparation. And as soon as we get back to Nigeria, we'll be going to break for some days. By the time we come back, when we reconverge, then some foreign players will start coming, and some players that we even cited in the league in Nigeria, they will join us. So by then, we start putting the team together to see how we can come out with a formidable team. But all the same, we're on course.
Are you saying we'll see some changes probably ahead of the tournament?
Definitely. Some new players must surely come in. It's just a matter of time. So when the time reaches, we're definitely going to fortify the team with some players. Particularly, if you can take cognizance of the fact that we have 4 of our players that were in Wafu with us, the likes of Parobo and the rest. They are now abroad, and they are part of the team. They are coming back with some that we still join.
Thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure speaking with you.
Good one there coming from Coach Aliu Zubairu, the coach of under 20 team of Nigeria for boys. That's Flying Eagles, who lost that second leg of the friendly. They won the first leg, so right now they are fighting that team ahead of the competition that will be hosted by Cote d'Ivoire, and that should be next month. But right now the coach has spoken, and he really wants to see how they can get best legs to prosecute their games at AFCON 2025 for under 20. Well, taking you through what happened during the week, in the week review that we just brought to you there. Now, we have to cross over and talk about the big one for this weekend. And we know that during the week, a big one happened that has to do with a particular player. His name is Mohamed Salah. He plied his trade with Liverpool from Egypt. That's his country. Egypt is in Africa. You can't take that away. And now, looking at the performance of Mohamed Salah, shot into Mo Salah. He has done well for himself when it comes to performance in Premier League for Egypt, in AFCON, in all the competition you want to mention, and you can't take anything away right now. He's really doing so well. Mo Salah, if you look at Premier League, he has scored 25 goals so far. He has actually made some assists, a lot of them, and also doing well when it comes to statistics, ahead of other players. And look at Liverpool, where they are on the log table, #1 in Premier League, best when it comes to the qualifiers in the Champions League, and they were able to do well. Mo Salah is ahead of every other player when it comes to passes, starting in attacking third. 547 for him. That is just attacking passes. You look at the goal he has scored, he's ahead of Erling Haaland, he's ahead of Isak. Isak is on 19, Haaland is on 20, and you have him on 25 when it comes to goal scoring. And if you look at Egypt, he's also in fact, if not their best player right now. So you can't take anything away from Mo Salah. And currently in the world, he has done well for himself. Appearances, you look at it, in the league, 27. You look at goal involvement, and now he's even 28. And you have goal involvement to be 42. So it has actually changed again. Looking at their last game against Newcastle United that they won. Now, Mo Salah, the subject matter has to do with him, but from him, the story bends to another thing. Now, what happened? Well, pundits were in the studio and they were talking about Mo Salah's chances to win the Ballon d'Or. It has to do with Carragher. Carragher, well, maybe in a way to see how to at least make it look as if he wasn't doing anything worth it enough to win Ballon d'Or. Well, according to Carragher, well, let's look at it this way. While he was talking, Richard, all of them were there, and he didn't sit down well with other pundits. Well, as it says, let's actually look at what he said. What did Carragher say that got the uproar? Carragher, I think the problem is the fact that he's with Egypt. That's where he started it. And he's probably not playing in the major tournament as such. And maybe he got a great chance of winning. I think it's either the Champions League or the major tournament. Normally, the player who excels in that wins that's Ballon d'Or. Carragher's repeated use of the term major tournament egged fellow pundit Michael Richards and Daniel Sturridge. Richard stressed AFCON was a major tournament, saying a lot of people are at home saying they are not taking it seriously. AFCON is a big tournament. The former Liverpool striker said it's a fact. If you win the Euros or Copa America, it's deemed to be big. So the AFCON is at the same level. When it comes to AFCON, yes, they may not have the same amount of money, that's the prize money, with Copa America. Copa America is about 23 million thereabout, or 28 million thereabout, and you look at Euros also. But you can't take it away that AFCON, about 54 nations in African continent fight for this trophy. And you look at the array of stars that have been able to play in this competition, and you just want to jettison that and say, okay, AFCON is not a major tournament. That was where it happened. Actually started with Mo Salah's statistics about how he's doing so well, and he actually deserves to be in the nomination. In fact, the best player right now, if you want to look at it with performance, and that should be the one to win the AFCON. And then he was trying to find a way. I don't know why Carragher seems not to really like anything that has to do with Mo Salah. So trying to downplay Mo Salah's performance, then he mentioned AFCON is not a major tournament, and that went awry for him, because after that he was trying to make a clarification after what he said, because backlash started coming in from right and left for him on all social media platforms. Let's look at what he said, trying to make clarification of what he said, of actually what he made, the statement he made in that studio. Let's have it. Looking at that clarification, clarifying his stance. Carragher explained, the point I was trying to make yesterday was that Mo Salah is at disadvantage playing for Egypt when it comes to winning the Ballon d'Or. He said, if Salah had an average season at Liverpool but won AFCON and was named MVP, I don't think he will win the Ballon d'Or, because AFCON does not carry the same weight as other tournament. But if Mbappe had an average season at Real Madrid and won the World Cup or Euros, he will still have a strong chance. Carragher also referenced past cases and blah, blah, blah down, mentioned Shevchenko and all that. Carragher concluded by acknowledging that his wording could have been better. It is not disrespectful to say the World Cup, Euros, or Copa America are bigger tournament. It's just my opinion based on what I watch. Calling AFCON not a major competition was clumsy, but I think most people understood the point I was making. Now, somebody now pick out, when you said calling AFCON not a major tournament competition was clumsy, why don't you just add, I'm sorry about it, just apologize and let it move on? But Carragher would not want to do that. Well, one way or the other, backlash started coming in, and right now, it's up to as we speak, it's still trending because a lot of people are beginning to come out to attack and correct Jamie Carragher. Let's look at some of the posts before we talk about look at the videos coming from Ahmed El Mohammadi. Jamie Carragher doesn't know what major tournament is because he never won one. AFCON is a major tournament. So proud to have actually won it, coming from that player Ahmed there. Well, for Mikel Obi, we know him, he will not want to back down. Mikel's John Obi, Mikel on Carragher's AFCON comment, and that he was actually saying this at the Obi-Wan podcast. The Africa Cup of Nations is as big as the Euros. I've played in it and won it. It's not in his place to discredit the AFCON. He sits there week in, week out, teaching and coaching people on how to win the Premier League, and he never won it. What a way to actually throw a dig back at Jamie Carragher there. Still talking about this. Well, looking at all the attacks coming for Jamie Carragher right now. Well, we just have to look at about 3 clips, 3 video. We'll be taking it one by one. Let's listen to Air Wright, because Air Wright also trying to make a statement concerning AFCON, because AFCON has really been disrespected. You remember Jurgen Klopp, when it comes to releasing players for AFCON, and he made some statement for stylishly too, he never apologized. And you look at how these guys really at least discredit AFCON. Most of these players that play in their team, for them to win tournament or win the Premier League, Champions League, some of them are Africans, and you can't take it away. They are from Africa. You can't change it. Even those that play for France, England, or any country, so far you are black in your skin, no matter how you want to claim it, one way or the other, you can be traced back to this continent. Okay, let's start with Ian Wright, then we come back and look at others.
Is there ever a tournament more disrespected than the African Cup of Nations? There's no greater honour, none, as a sports person, than representing your country. The coverage is completely tinged with racism, completely tinged. We played our Euros across 10 countries in the middle of a pandemic, and there's no issue at all. But Cameroon, a single country hosting a tournament, is a problem. You're getting journalists asking players, players getting asked if they will be honouring the call-ups for their national teams, if they will be honouring. Imagine if that was an English player representing the Three Lions. Have you ever heard anybody asking an English player if will he be honouring the call-up? Can you imagine the furore? Loads of the best players in Europe right now are African. And if we love them at club level, why can't we love them at international level like their counterparts from across the globe? Why can't we? Why is this tournament constantly getting so much flack? The players like Sebastian Haller were taking a stand against the media backlash. The media, plus Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira coming out and speaking about this. And this is, again, why it's important that you do have a black manager who can let people understand where his roots are and how important this tournament is for African people. The shaming has gone on for too long.
That's from Ian Wright there, backing the AFCON at the importance of that tournament and how it has been really, really underrated. But right now, not only him, well, while some looking at pundits talking, he was talking about Troy Deeney, also trying to see how they can. I still don't understand why. Is there a plot that Mo Salah should not win Ballon d'Or? Because everything actually started from there. Troy Deeney was also talking about Mo Salah, and this is coming from Adebayo Akinfenwa. Let's have it.
In Mo Salah. Yeah, what does he have to do to win the Ballon d'Or, Troy?
His numbers are fantastic. His consistency is unbelievable. But at this moment in time, it doesn't make you, I don't know, get that warm feeling inside, like, oh my God, look how great and gracious this person is. So I think that is unfortunately what holds him back. With Mo.
Troy, you my guy. I ain't coming for you, but I've got to speak on it because I don't think you're the only one that thinks like this. Okay, and Troy, you've been a baller, played at the top level. So where is this narrative about Mo Salah is not gracious? We're talking about current Mo Salah. So what is not gracious about Mo Salah bringing down the ball from a 60-yard goal kick or dive while the player's marking him? What is not gracious about Mo Salah's vision? What is not gracious about Mo Salah not beating a player? What is not gracious about Mo Salah's football IQ, how he always stays on the side? You know the crazy thing is, and I've already gone on record saying I think Thierry Henry is the best striker that's played. And don't let this go over your head and saying that, oh yeah, I think he's better than him. Salah has scored every type of goal Henry and Hazard has scored. And this whole narrative that they're pushing right now, I'm talking about current Mo Salah. I think, Troy, you went on to say something about sometimes it's the chances he misses or sometimes the ball bounces off his body. But what striker don't miss chances? What striker don't have a bad touch? Right now, current Mo Salah, give him 5 chances, he probably buries 2, assists 2 and misses 1. This is current Mo Salah. Right now, Mo Salah has to be front runner for Ballon d'Or. Granted, I do get that Liverpool do have to win stuff and probably go further in the Champions League. That's the only thing that kind of could stop him. Liverpool are top of the Premier League. They finished top of the Champions League. His goals and assists, at this point now, if you've still got a narrative to say that, you know what, it's the way he plays you don't like, that's the reason. For me, it's nonsense. And then you really got to look at yourself and say, nah, man, I've got a narrative against Mo Salah. Because current Mo Salah now has to be front runner. I get it. There can be defining factors later on if they don't go further in the Champions League. But watch him. You see it. Right now, he's mastered. He's mastered the way he plays. Vision. But if you see him the other day, the outside of his foot, the way he's... Listen, don't even let me go. Don't even let me go. Those that got an agenda against Mo Salah, take a look at yourself. And this is not just because I'm a Liverpool supporter, maybe slightly, but y'all got an agenda against it. That's what I'm saying. Think about it.
You guys listen to Adebayo Akinfenwa there, the one they call the beast, the man that they told that he cannot play football because of his size, but he really proved everyone wrong. And now, looking at what he was actually saying there, he was trying to talk about, is there any agenda against Mo Salah winning Ballon d'Or? From the way he's doing right now, I don't think there's any player in the world that is doing better, because look at what he's doing with Liverpool, both in Premier League, Champions League, and also with Egypt. And you can't take it away, like he said. Well, there could be other yardstick that he will use, but really, for now, this man really actually deserves. And that was what they were discussing before Jamie Carragher really find a way to attach AFCON and really say it's not a major tournament. Well, as it is, we're looking at it that really is AFCON not a major tournament. That's where we're going to now. Let's even leave Mo Salah aside, because for now, the nomination for Ballon d'Or is not out yet. It's just a way. But for him to disrespect AFCON, that is not a major tournament, is our topic for today. Collie, let's have it. Do you think, even though AFCON is less in my prize money, AFCON, the last time Cote d'Ivoire won it, they got $7.5 million. That's 5.5 million pounds as the title, as the prize money for winning the title. We have others, Copa America, Euros, Champions League, 23, 28, 48. Yes, the prize money is higher, but can we say, or is it that really AFCON is less when it comes to rating the competitions? Is that why Jamie Carragher is trying to discredit the whole AFCON, or is it plot to make it look like, okay, AFCON is just less, so we shouldn't use AFCON as a yardstick for Mo Salah's performance, even if he wins it? So, you just have to contribute on this show. Let's have it. Is AFCON a major, not a major tournament? According to Jamie Carragher, according to him, he said it's not a major tournament. So, even if Mo Salah should win it, it doesn't count for him to win Ballon d'Or. And that's where we're picking our topic for you to react on this hour. Remember, when you are calling us, tell us your name, your location, and also try as much as possible either to stay away from your TV set or turn down the volume of your TV so that we can easily hear ourselves while you are making your points there. Well, as it is, this has really gone gaga right now. So everywhere you go, you see attacks coming from on Jamie Carragher, although it's really coming to JJ Okocha's reaction. But right now, a big one for the fact that Carragher seems to have ignited a very tough statement that is really catching a lot of fire going across the globe, because even non-Africans are attacking him His fellow Britons also, like Rio Ferdinand, replied him, and a host of others also replied Jamie Carragher that he shouldn't have said that and apologized. Very simple. I still don't understand why it's difficult when this guy says some things and they don't find it easy to just apologize for what he said. Look at how stylishly Ademola Lookman coach tried to play around that the emotion of his player, not minding whatever happens to that player, that he could be demoralized. And afterwards, still finding a way to call him his son instead of just say he's sorry and that's it. And to publicly accuse someone or rather attack someone. So, as it says, Jamie Carragher said this on TV. Why don't you just say, oh, Africans, I'm sorry, it was just a misconception of my stay. I didn't mean it this way, that way. Instead of trying to justify what you said by trying to say some things, well, this didn't go well with a lot of people, not only Africans. And people are reacting to that statement that AFCON is not a major tournament, which has really got into the skin of Africans right now. People are reacting that they are not happy with that statement. You are trying to underrate a whole about 54, 56 different nations across Africa that maybe what they are playing. Although you're trying to clarify it that you didn't mean it that way, but as it is, people are not happy. And that's why we're asking for you to actually phone in or send us a WhatsApp message. Let's hear it. Do you think AFCON really, is it justified? Because I've seen some people justifying Carragher's statement that yes, it's true, he's right, it's this, it's that. But really, if you look at it, are you trying to discredit AFCON? That's okay, even though we don't have the same prize money. And that maybe because of that, we cannot call AFCON a major tournament for Africa. So which one do we have? Is it not our tournament? It is. No matter how you want to discredit or underrate it, AFCON is still the biggest tournament when it comes to Africa. You can't take that away. And why do clubs in Europe, why do they always complain whenever the players want to come to AFCON? If it's not important, why are they complaining? Why don't they just feel, okay, you can go, don't worry, just go. It's of less importance, especially when the best of the best players are Africans. If you check those clubs in England, Spain, Germany, and those players that are coming for AFCON are all important players to those club side. And whenever they want to come, it's either the clubs are trying to play and keep with the nations by not releasing them in time, or finding a way to make either at times they find a way to even make sure the players maybe injury or something will just come up just to hold on to the player not to come for this African tournament. So as it is, like we are expecting, so although seems we're hoping that Neto will be our friend. We've been talking about this Jamie Carragher, and as it is right now, the phone line is open there. Let's have it so that people can easily phone in to talk about this particular topic. Do you agree that AFCON is not a major tournament after looking at Jamie Carragher's statement, or you think where he's right, maybe to some Africans, some Nigerians, or some people who are already saying, well, Jamie Carragher has his own point for saying that, but majority of people are against him right now. And I just expect Carragher to just put it aside and just apologize and say, move on, instead of trying to make it look like, okay, people just misconstrue, rather misconceive me, and right now what I said is not like that, trying to justify himself. I still remember him calling Rio Ferdinand a clown with his reply to Rio Ferdinand for the way he has taken the issue. Well, it's a big one, really. It's getting bigger and bigger, and this might actually be something that people are looking at, just like Akinfenwa said. Is it a plot? Is it a plot to make this man not win Ballon d'Or, or what? Because that's where the root of the whole situation has to do with them mentioning Mo Salah's performance in European football right now. And from that particular statement, it came up to talk about AFCON not a major tournament. Well, seriously, it's getting more interesting because a lot of people, we've seen people attacking him, his fellow Briton, fellow players who actually retired, or not those who are not even retired. We even saw Nicola Jackson putting picture of AFCON, a team that won it, and really celebrating AFCON. We've seen a lot of players who have shown a lot of solidarity with AFCON, that AFCON deserves to be given that credit. Although, as it is right now, well, Maybe the phone line seems to be smaller there so that people can easily see the numbers and then let them make their own point. Okay, as it is, I think it's getting more interesting for the fact that Carragher refused to apologize and is holding on to what he said about Africa, about AFCON rather. And now it's high time, because a lot of people are beginning to ask CAF to make sure they find a way to make AFCON bigger. If people are calling it not a major tournament, what are those things they need to do? Find a way to increase the prize money, find a way to at least add more razzmatazz to it by making sure it's more televised, because people still watch it whenever it's happening. In fact, even football in Europe, they know that something is happening. All the fans across the globe, they watch AFCON. I still don't understand why it is not a major tournament. Although, according to him, he's comparing it to Euros, to Copa America, and to all the others. But one way or the other, we have our own different culture, so that we have our own way of doing things. And really, if AFCON is not important, why do clubs hold down their players from coming to Africa? And that's it. We're looking at that topic together, and we just believe that this particular situation, CAF really needs to pay attention and do something huge quickly to see how they can make AFCON big and even bigger than it used to be. Because right now, £7.5 million is very huge in Africa, but we can do more by increasing on the prize money and also add more sparks to it. If you watch the opening ceremony and closing ceremony of AFCON, you really give credit. It's really far better than it used to be. And also talking about coverage, a lot of coverage there when it comes to being televised or online, and you look at a lot of people supporting AFCON. Best of the best player from Africa, they've been able to play AFCON. DJ Drogba, Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure. You think of all of them, late Rashidi Yekini, they all competed in this competition. And currently, right now as we speak, so many players want to play in AFCON. And if they don't, they always feel something is wrong somewhere. So AFCON to us is our tournament. We just have to embrace it and accept it, that it is our own. Looking at what Carragher said concerning the whole situation, well, for Mo Salah, starting from Mo Salah to AFCON, a moment that you can see, like Adebayo said, is there an agenda not to let Mo Salah win Ballon d'Or? Because the way it's going, if he's consistently banging in the goals and assists and also doing well with Liverpool, and they're able to win Premier League, and in fact, who knows, if they win the Champions League and also AFCON, and if they're able to win it, who says he cannot win Ballon d'Or to join George Opongwe as the second African to ever win this prestigious award? And also FIFA Best Award is still there, although we know that Ballon d'Or is more kind of well packaged and more acceptable to the society one way or the other. I still remember when the two were together before they splitted. But really, Ballon d'Or is very huge. But you just have to give credit to Mo Salah for what he is doing. He's doing well, and he needs to be celebrated. And really, Africa needs to really embrace their own. I still don't understand. I wouldn't blame Carragher to some extent. You look at how we, okay, for example, let me cite this example. Anytime you watch Trust TV and we show Nigerian sports to you, at times there are people that will be like, oh, why are you not showing Chelsea? Why are you not showing Arsenal? Why are you not showing... Do English TV station even show or talk about Nigerian league? Do they even remember that there's a league that exists in Nigeria or Africa? Do they even care about our leagues? But every day, everywhere, we promote theirs, we wear their jerseys. How many of us wear the jersey of our own teams? How many times do we talk about our own sportsmen and women who are on the street doing their business? Basketball, rugby, hockey, at all that together. So, as it is, okay, somebody just sent this message on that's WhatsApp. According to him, AFCON is a major tournament. And I give you this clap. Good one there. At least if we cannot get the call, networking is not to be our friend. But as it is, you can still continue to try to call in. But as it is right now, Nigerians are reacting. AFCON is a major tournament, cancelling out Jamie Carragher's statement that it's not a major tournament. I was actually making a point. We continue to promote our own. Yes, we know that we fall in love with the way it looks so glamorous on TV, their leagues, their competitions, but our own is our... We can't change it. We just have to begin to improve on it, and we really need to do that starting from now. We need to find a way to administer better things to our football, our sports, in everything we do, make sure we push it to go better. And right now, when you go to Nigerian Premier Football League, NWFL, Nigerian Women Football League, you see people coming out to watch those games. And then people are beginning to buy jerseys of these clubs, donning them, trying to find a way to at least, let me add that word, add some steez to our sport to get it better. We need to do that. CAF also needs to package AFCON better so that no matter how they want to discredit it, they will not have the chance, because really it will be on their faces anywhere they go. I think it's high time CAF should make sure AFCON everywhere on social media, make sure it pops up everywhere. Spend that money and let them see that really something is going on in Africa. Anytime AFCON is on, they are going on to their website, whatever they are doing, let them know that AFCON is on. In that way, just make sure you package it well. Let them feel that something is happening in Africa. Maybe that will change people like Carragher's mindset that really AFCON is a major tournament, because according to him, AFCON is not a major tournament, and really it's not sitting down well with a lot of people. In fact, JJ Okocha also he actually made a clowning part of it when he said he was actually talking about Jamie Carragher. Well, as it is, maybe let's just have a snippet of that particular clip, then we'll come back, though, at least, and see if network will be our friend, because we know that it's as if the network is conniving with Jamie Carragher so that people cannot call in to react. Who knows? But you can send your message on WhatsApp. Let's be able to at least get, if you cannot get the call in, since network is not coming, let's get WhatsApp messages. Okay, let's listen to JJ Okocha.
There are some players that will say something, you just overlook it. You know, if you look at their career, if you look at the type of football that they played, you can understand, you know. I mean, you won't want your son to be like Carragher. So he can never appreciate African football or the talents that come from Africa.
Imagine this particular statement. Well, that's a big one coming from JJ, the mercurial coach, that particular player. If we really look at how he play football, he deserves to actually, is he Ballon d'Or of FIFA player? Even when the players that won those awards are always giving credit to him, that's a way to always find a way to discredit African player, African origin. Oh, it's only Jose Mourinho I've seen among the coaches that have been able to come out to support African player with all the talent that we expected to develop, especially European football, especially English football. They can't take, no matter how they want to discredit African players. If you look at all the trophies they've won, one way or the other, African players have actually contributed. Yes, they pay them their salary or wages, but really, they added to them doing well. So those players from Africa, their competition is not a major tournament, according to Jamie Carragher. Well, no, we will accept that. Okay, we've been talking concerning this, and we've rolled the video of Ian Wright, we've rolled the video of Adebayo Akifenwa, and also just recently, JJ Okocha. They're trying to find a way to prove a point to Carragher that AFCON is a huge tournament in Africa. And right now, although we also saw a particular WhatsApp message coming in that AFCON is a major tournament. We couldn't get the name of that of that person, so maybe you add your name if you are sending so that we can have it. Although network seems to be, like I said, it's as if Carragher has actually find his way to the network to at least not so that Nigerians will not attack him concerning this. What's the way to go? But seriously, it's not funny at all the way the Europeans of this world, the way the world see Africa. A lot of things just have to change. We have to change the narrative. We just have to set ourselves right. We need to sell ourselves to these guys to let them know that no matter how it is ours. They don't talk about ours. Like I was making a point. Anytime we show African sport, Nigerian sport, or any sport that has to do with is played here in Nigeria, a lot of people, oh, why are you not showing us now? Why are you not showing Chelsea? Are they showing ours? We are not competing. Yes, it's not a fight, but one way or the other, we need to promote ours. We just have to find a way to let ours also be accepted. And the more they see it, the more they fall in love with it. A lot of people always commend us that, oh, We love the fact that we show this. We love the fact that we are seeing our own sport, our own rugby, our own hockey, our own boxing getting to be shown on TV for people to see that we are actually into all these sports. We show Dambe on this station. We show all the traditional sports and also different sports for you to see that Nigerians are into it. And if you don't do that, there is no foreign station, international station, even if they show it, maybe just like a snippet once in a while. No matter how it is, ours is ours. AFCON really is a major tournament. No matter how it is, no matter how you want to pick it, but we continue to celebrate our own. Well, it doesn't matter if Carragher has found his way to our network for callers not to be able to call in, getting through. A lot of them are actually trying to call in, but it seems not to be working. Then for WhatsApp, we still don't understand what's happening there. But right now, but the fact is, AFCON is a major tournament. And we have to give credit to all the players, the referees, the nations that comes together to play this tournament, and all the okay, we have one there. According to Isaac from Jalingo, Taraba State, he says AFCON is a very big major tournament. Jamie Carragher should tender a public apology to Africa. I stand with you, Isaac, from Jalingo there. Really, I still don't know what it takes to just apologize. What does it take? Imagine if somebody, let's imagine JJ Okocha should say Euro is not an important tournament. I can imagine the backlash coming from Europe for JJ. I can imagine what will have happened by now. It will have gone so, in fact, by now JJ will be public enemy one for the entire Europe. Or let him talk about Copa America or UEFA Champions League. Well, because it's Africa, then everybody just want to accept that Africa should be down. We should just be behind it, down to others. And if you check how colonialism actually started, just like this, one way or the other, you can't take it away. One way or the other, Africa has been seen as second class. And we just have to find a way. In this digital age, we have to find a way. Okay, let's look at this. Even though you didn't add your name, maybe next time, remember to put your name and your location. Maybe FIFA should be in a better position to tell us how AFCON is rated. Good one there, coming from that particular person there. Well, a lot of people are trying to call in, but they could not due to network issues, and WhatsApp is doing the work for us. At least we are taking it one way or the other. But seriously, Africans needs to make sure Africa is taken seriously. CAF, first of all, CAF needs to project this tournament much more than it used to be. This is at least a clarion call from the statement of Jamie Carragher. They should be able to see that a lot of people don't really want to rate anything that has to do with Africa. I still don't understand why. As it is right now, a lot of African players contributed to them achieving success in those clubs, in those competitions in Europe. Is it Italia Serie A you want to mention, or German Bundesliga? Bayer Leverkusen won the league. Are you telling me that our own Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller did not contribute to it? Are they not Africans? And you look at Spanish La Liga, Barcelona or Real Madrid, or you go to France, you look at PSG. Are you telling me in England, is this man we're talking about, Mo Salah, is he not from Egypt? And then one way or the other, we want to discredit Africa. One way or the other, just trying to bring it down. Another person is saying, you wouldn't want your son to be like Carragher. Well, that's a statement coming from JJ Okocha. And you're actually laughing out there, coming from Fane, also making his own contribution on the show. We've been talking about Jamie Carragher discrediting or underrating AFCON. A huge tournament being celebrated across Africa as our own culture. If you watch closing opening ceremony, in fact, watch AFCON. You really see good football. It's very, very tough. The players attest to it. That's a very tough tournament. If you win it, you always want to salute yourself that you did a good job for winning it. Yes, we have not been able to win World Cup because due to so many reasons, we have not been able to achieve it. But you cannot just discredit our own. No matter how you want to rate it lower than yours, respect ours. That is what everyone is saying. Respect Africa for their tournament, for who they are. No matter how you want to claim you are higher or better than them, respect them for who they are. One way or the other, we've been able to turn the world around too. Good morning, Trust TV. On this subject matter, on if AFCON is a major tournament, Carragher's statement is geared by racism. The white is always intimidated by our greatness and always want us to feel small. But let Africans not give into that wrong narrative. We should keep doing better to change that low mentality they have about us. Blacks, about us blacks. That's from Mr. Ebeatu Ugochukwu Franklin from Katungo, Gombe State. You just took your message there from Ibeaku there from Katugo, Gombe State, also trying to see how he can add more credit to AFCON, and also blacks, Africans. We just have to appreciate our own, no matter how it is. Ours is ours. We continue to push, we continue to document Nigerian stories, document African stories. It's high time. If you check, most of the times when we watch all these foreign stations to look at watch their sport, if we don't appreciate our own, there is no way they will appreciate us. Most of the best players or stars that come from Africa, they actually started from grassroots. They started from the street, and nobody was able to give them those attention or give them that particular platform. And now we're pushing it. There's no way you can discredit us. We continue to document Nigeria, our African story, and continue to push to see our own being at least televised or being given credit. As it is right now, like Nigerians are reacting, AFCON is a major tournament. Well, a lot of fixtures will be up for this weekend. We have in NNL, MPFL, also German Bundes and all the leagues in Europe. But really, maybe just let's take two. Let's look at our own NNL fixtures for this weekend and also MPFL so that we can wrap it up. Nigerians have reacted through WhatsApp. So we don't know how Carragher did it. That call couldn't enter. But so far, we got reactions from WhatsApp messages. So let's just take a look at NNL and also MPFL. Then we wrap the show up. NNL fixture for this weekend in Conference A and also Conference B. Those are the matches that will be coming up. Crown FC against Beyond Limit, Abia Comet, Smart City, Igbajo versus Idel FC. Those are the matches coming up for this weekend. And also you have other games that will be coming up. ABS of Ilorin Gateway, Goswe Akpabio versus First Bank Solution against Oshu United. And have Rovers FC against Sporting Lagos. That will also be coming up in Conference B. In the MPFL, we have matches that will be coming up in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Sunshine Stars will be at home against Quara United. Abia Warriors will be playing against Nasarawa United. They are away. They won against Raymond Stars in their last game in Lafia. Bayelsa United at Samson Siasa Stadium in Bayelsa, Inagua, precisely against Bende Insurance, Battle of South. And you have Kano Pillars at home against Enugu Rangers, another El Clasico for Nigeria. Kano Pillars against Enugu Rangers will be a match to watch. Niger Tornadoes, they will be facing Eyimba, and you have Ikorodu City in Lagos against Heartland FC. They will also be at home, while Raymond Stars, they will be playing against Plateau United. These are the games. Plateau United will be they should be ready because Raymond Stars are right now trying to see how they can bounce back after losing against Nasarawa United in their last game that they play in Lafia, where we just brought to you those matches in Nigerian Premier Football League and Nigerian National League that will be coming up this weekend. Well, it doesn't matter if the coronavirus happened through the networks, but at least Nigerians reacted through WhatsApp concerning AFCON being a big and huge tournament. We celebrate our own anytime, any day as it is. Well, before we go, we just have to, at least we should be able to leave you with a Dambe. Dambe should be there so that we can enjoy some fights from African traditional fighters who will be ready to wrap the show up for us. From the entire crew that has made this happen for this weekend, and also wishing you the best as you take the first of the month of March, and wish all our brothers the fact that the fast is on right now. Well, that's it on the show Weekend Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Have a splendid weekend and thanks for watching.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah rabota ce boya ci kashe ka dana ta banza kashe ka sako so da kallu kada kai tashi kishin addu far ka ba kasa shagon sojan kallu banza Abuja World Championship Abuja kadara ta banza shagon sojan kallu ana da zuba dari ba da sai da kai ba da aranka la ilaha illallah shagon soja da zuba dari na da Allah kadara autar dan bunza shagon sojan kallu بعد سنتين بعد ما أرمتها لا إله إلا الله ربوتاتي ربوياتي لا ندر الله كدرا وتدمر هذا صدق اللو أنا بكبارني كدرا أو تدمر ذا شاف صدق اللو ما يدخل بس ولا يهاد باش كده دم واريوس World Championship World Championship World Championship Dum Warriors La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Serakai La Arabha Bari Serakai Bari Arabha